Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at one of the most incredible action figures I've ever had the pleasure to hold. This is Play Arts Kai Dark Knight Trilogy Batman. So this figure is from Japan, from a company called Square Enix, who they pretty much make video games, but they have done a few video game figures, and they're really showing us how to make a good action figure. And Batman here is no exception. This thing is incredible. Not so keen on the warning choking hazard stuck on the front there. That's not a sticker, that's printed on, and it kind of spoils the fantastic artwork on the front. That picture is the figure. That isn't an actor or shot from the movie. That's the actual toy itself. Looking around the box, a bit of rain on the side. On the back we can see more shots of the toy itself, and we can see the number 2 figure there is Bane. You can just see the back of him. They've done 4 of these so far. Number 3 was the Joker, and number 4 is Catwoman. There is a little bit of English on the back there, but most of it's in Japanese, so we're not going to worry too much about that. On the side you've got the back logo with Play Arts Kai, and on the top you've got the back logo again. Now this opens out, and we've got Velcro. You probably can't see the figure there because he's black on a black background, but on this side we've got a little bit of write-up about the Batman series. Now when you get the figure out of the box, it's actually quite clever this. You've got a clear front, but this section is actually sort of black plastic, and if we just move that for a second, on the back panel that's the stand that comes with him. Now you can see I haven't actually opened that bit yet, but the idea is, because of the black front, you can take this off and use it, put it back in the box, and it's not going to ruin the look of the figure when you want to put him back. You can see there, that's the instructions how to use the different hands and the different weapons, and on this side that's how you build the stand. So the first accessory we get with Batman is the grappling gun, and this is really nice. These are easily on a par with the Sideshow collectibles stuff. The scale is a little bit smaller, but the detail and the paint jobs on these are absolutely stunning. And you can see on the other side there, really high quality these. And we also get his Batarang accessory. Now this has a little crease down, but it doesn't actually fold up. But it's so small that would have easily got lost anyway, so I'm quite happy. It looks good when you put it in his hand. We also get these 2 little smoke bombs. We also get a grand total of 7 hands with Batman. So these 2 are both left and right fists. We also get this hand that is specially moulded to hold the grappling gun. We get this partially open left hand. We get this right hand that is specially designed to hold the smoke bomb. And we get this left hand that is specially moulded to hold the larger smoke bomb. And finally we get this right hand that is specially moulded to hold the Batarang. So here we have the Batman figure, and this figure is unbelievably good. The paint job is incredible, considering this is just a black figure. There's so much detail added on. And then you've got the sculpting as well, which is just incredible. And then on top of that, you've got the most amazing articulation. So while we're looking at the head, let's just take a look at his head articulation. He has 2 separate joints. There's a bottom section that's on like a ball hinge thing, and then we've got another one on the top. And that allows you some incredible motion on the head there. You can look anywhere you want him to, but he can also use it to add expression to the way he's stood. That's the thing with these figures, they're all about posability. And sometimes they look a bit odd from certain angles, but other angles they look absolutely magical. Then we have his arms. Now these arms are pretty incredible as well. You've got your usual bicep turn there, and then you've got some incredibly well clicky ball hinges in the elbows, and they'll pose anywhere you want them to. And then you've got the same on the hands, on the wrists there. These hands just slide off. They're not like a peg, they're just a straight piece, so it makes putting the hands on and off really simple. And then there you've got the gauntlets. Now these are quite soft, and I've seen complaints about these being bent out of the box, but mine came out absolutely perfectly, so really chuffed with that. Then we've got this extra bit of articulation, which is a little hard to see on Batman, but can you see there, he's got a shoulder rocker. Now that can look a bit strange from certain angles, but when you do these kind of poses with them, you're looking at it from a certain point of view. One little flaw with mine though, This arm here, whenever you turn it, this just comes off like that. It's got a big ball plug there. It does go back on easy enough, but I was quite worried the first time I did that, considering these aren't cheap. So then we've got his torso. There's an incredible amount of movement there. And then, now this section is revolutionary. I've never seen this before. What we have is a floating midsection. And it's basically a pair of rubber pants. But what that allows you to do is an incredible amount of motion. He doesn't just sit, he can actually move like a human spine would move. And it is quite incredible. The only thing is, once you've got it posed, you've sort of got to adjust him, make it look like there's less of a gap there. And unfortunately you do end up with this big saggy bit when you move the legs forward. So for the legs themselves, these you can just karate kick straight out there, no problem. They come forward, and because they've got such incredible ratchets on them, he's going to stay posed wherever you want him to. Now the knees, these are revolutionary as well. Some people don't like these. It works alright with Batman because he's all black, but with some of the figures you've got a double joint, but you can see that knee is actually a big separate piece, and that can start to look quite ugly. So you've got to sort of live with that if you want to get a Play Arts Kai figure. Then the ankles, we've got great clicks on there, and these rock either side as well, so you've got some great movement. But his articulation doesn't end there, because we have his cape. His cape is articulated as well. Now it's actually in two pieces, well three if you count the top bit. It's all soft rubber, so you can pose it however you want. It's meant to be one solid cape, but you can see when you start spreading it about you get a gap. But depending on the way you've got it, you can hide the gap behind the body and it'll start to look really good. You've also got this articulation, so you can have the cape flowing outwards. It is quite heavy though, you can see he just wants to fight it, but that's where the stand comes in, so you can get some incredible posability out of that. What these are, they're actually just on ball hinges, just like the rest of the figure. Under there you can see them there. But what that does allow you to do is you can bring the cape to one side, you can have it swooshing round in the wind, you can have it all over the place. Quite an incredible amount of stuff on this figure. As far as posability goes, unrivaled. Right, so let's take a look at a few of his different hand options then. So we'll do the right hand first. That was the fist. And then we can plug in what we got here. There's the grapple gun. That should just go in there. So you can have him ready to fire that, however you want to do it. Just pulled his arm off again there, look. But you've got great posability with this thing, so that looks pretty cool. Then if you really wanted, you could use the smoke bomb hand, but to me, I'd rather have the batarang or the grapple gun in his hand. And of course for the other smoke bomb, that's his left hand. That one looks quite cool, you can see it a little bit better. Personal favourite of mine is the batarang hand. That looks really cool. He does drop it quite easily if you go up too high, but as long as you keep gravity on the right side, he will hold on to that. So there you go guys, that is Batman. I'm not going to open the stand up, he stands quite well without it. You only need that if you want to do really dramatic poses, but I'm quite happy with him as he is. So this has been Luke with Play Arts Kai Dark Knight Trilogy Batman. Thanks for watching.